You ready, bro?
Joshua.
Yeah, ready?
Joshua.
I'm sure I'm gonna F this up.
More flow.
More flow.
It feels like I'm on like I don't even know, but like MLB Network. Or something, bro. Oh man.
No, ya mismo. Welcome back. 235radio.com. DJ Mel, Jordan Jewels, DJ Hectic on the production. We have my co-host Joe Caracadis with us, Dugout Boys, Teddy Mercado, and Jovan Enriquez. And today I'm very excited to have these two fine young men with us. Two of Boston's best amateur baseball players. Two Vanderbilt baseball commits. Ivan Arias and Josh Baez. What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
How things?
Great.
Great, man.
Right on, man. So listen, congratulations on everything's been going on in your lives. You know, that whole Vanderbilt thing, going to Vanderbilt, you know, that's the Mecca. You know, once you tell people you're going to Vanderbilt, that really says something about you, your status, and your ability as baseball players, man. And I want to salute both of you, not only as baseball players. I've been fortunate to know you guys for many years, you know, from when you were little guys. And, man, I'm very proud of both of you and your accomplishments. You know,
Thank you.
how does it feel to be future Commodores?
It feels great. I mean, it's like the best thing that's ever happened to me as of right now. Like now, a lot of baseball players had the opportunity to commit to Vanderbilt, and I'm glad I'm one of them.
Right on, man. How about you, Josh?
Honestly, you know, for me, it's kind of a blessing, you know, to kind of come from like Dorchester all the way to, you know, to Nashville, Tennessee. It's just kind of a blessing for me and my family, and you know, just kind of grateful for it.
235radio.com, man. That's great. You're right. I'm excited about the whole Northeast area baseball, man, and to have these two fine young men making the noise that they're making is phenomenal, huh, Joe?
Yeah, a lot of work. Yep.
How do you see these guys panning out in the future, Joe?
I think the sky's the limit. I mean, I've known them for a little bit myself, and seen them train, and they're training harder than the other guy, and they already have the athletic ability. They have, good wherewithal all the way around them. I mean, the makeup is off the charts. We both know that. Come from good families. There's a lot to like, man.
Right.
And I mean, when you talk about Vanderbilt and stuff, I mean, Tim Corbin's not going to take a kid that he's not really sold on either. A lot of it comes down to that human nature of that kid that he's going to have commit to his school. It's not so much just the baseball talent; it's the individual kid.
It's the quality of the player.
Yeah, quality of the individual
Yeah,
and
the
player.
individual.
Yeah, sure.
So talking about the training now, Ivan, what's your day look as far as training goes?
So yeah, I live five to 6 times a week. I go hit about 4 times a week also, and I live for 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, I mean, what do you wake up at 6, 7, 8? What do you mean? You got school?
So yeah, first I wake up at 8 to go to school. Then my day ends at 3:30. Go lift at 4:30, and then I'll be done by like around 6:30. Then I'll go hit with Joshua at 7 o'clock.
And then do it all over.
Yep. Do
What about
homework.
you, Josh? Same thing?
Yeah, same thing pretty much. I wake up at 7:50 around there, and then, you know, take class from 8:10 to 3:30. Take a break, eat, you know, and then just head to the gym for kind of like 2 to 3 hours with the guys, just train, lift, and then come back home, eat again, drink my protein, rest a little bit, and then go with Ivan to go hit for like 2 hours, and then, you know, and that's pretty much it every single day.
I know that you guys have been getting pulled at, though, by coaches and teams. I mean, you guys got busy schedules, so I know that it's not just a regular routine day in and day out also. So how is it to deal with that stuff? Like every week, I'm sure it's a different location that people want to see you in and things of that nature. How's that?
For me, I actually just hit at two places, in Dedham and also just like in like Watertown. So there, it's kind of either or. So I can go ahead, either or. So it's pretty much the same thing. I keep it between just like my routine. So I hit Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays. So like if they, if like all the teams, like if they want to see me hit, then they kind of come to me on those days. So it's kind of just worked around my schedule.
Right on.
Yep.
You too?
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing? All right, Joe. I mean, I think we spoke about that, the importance of ball players and routine and things like that. Do you think that plays a big role in that? You've seen some big leaguers come up from a young age. You think that's a big theme to keep
I think
a routine?
We keep going back and forth with this every episode about, quality of everything that you do. A routine is necessary in life, never mind baseball. And good routines are hard to come by unless you create them yourself. Jot them down, keep notes, have a logbook, see what your gains are and what your weaknesses are and what you need to improve on. But, without a program, a routine, you're never going to get better, in life. So I know that they got a pretty strict routine. And I know they do extracurricular activities, and they got to be kids.
Right.
And that's more important than just trying to live your life to play baseball. I mean, the academics you guys can talk about, like what the difference is between a Snowden and a Dexter. And why don't you guys talk a little bit about that? Because that's a big part of your life.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, in Boston, there's like a lot of, just talent in general. There's a lot of potential with a lot of kids. But I guess kind of like the difference is where, we take care of business in the classroom as well. I'll say kids just kind of just worry about just like what happens in between just like the white lines and not really what happens in the classroom. Just really doing your homework and just really paying attention for all those 4 years from your freshman year to your senior year to have that good GPA. I feel like me and Ivan did just kind of like a good job with that, and that's kind of like the most important part of it. To take care of the classroom, and then you can go take cages afterwards, and that's kind of like just like the difference maker, I'll say.
Right, and I think the important part, like you just talked about, it's not, you can't turn it on your sophomore, junior year. It's got to start when you start high school. Hopefully it starts at 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
But, you really got to grow up a lot and know that your record is your record, and you want a good record. And I think by having the opportunity to go to a Dexter, you really see what academics really are and kind of what prepares you for what you're going to be doing at Vanderbilt or whatever else you're going to be doing in life. I think you're going to learn a lot more there than you ever would in a public school system. Then I can't knock public school systems, but the reality is you got more resources.
It's $55,000 a year, to go there. So like
no, 75 actually.
Yeah, so
With the dorms and stuff, food.
Listen, I think like anything in life, Joel, I think you can agree with me. And these guys are a little older. As you get older, you'll realize that it's dog eat dog. We've talked about that, and as a young man, you got to realize that in everything you do, you got to put out your best performance, whether it's in the classroom, the ball field, the job, whatever you're getting after it, you got to get after it and try to be the best at it. When you walk into the room, you got to be that alpha male. You got to be the guy. I think that's a big separator. And again, congratulations to you guys for doing a thing in the classrooms. Now, talking about Dexter, you went there last year.
Yeah.
That was your first year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to him again, Gatorade Player of the Year, right? It was a crazy year last year with no baseball. So how's that? You go there, you haven't even played a game with Dexter yet, right?
Yeah. So I kind of got the award based on basically just like my performance from like the last summer. So I would say, like it was kind of just, I kind of already did the work, and I kind of just got the award and May. So
No, it's
Listen,
well deserving.
Oh,
There's no
hands
doubt about
down,
that.
hands down. Like I don't want it to seem like, and I'm making that known. I'm a fan. You're my guy. You deserved it. As far as I'm concerned, they can give it to you again. You deserve it, kid. I never seen a kid as hard working as you do, and as hard that works at it as hard as you do. If to do it in the classroom, do it on the field, and perform under high pressure situations, man. And not only that, to know you as an individual and the stuff that you do when the lights aren't on, as far as being a good son, you deserve all the rewards, everything coming your way, kid. You're a great young man.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. But I know that besides that being said, you must feel like a lot of pressure too, because people expect you to play. You get in these awards, but they haven't seen you in their uniform. They're like, damn, we want to see this kid, see what the hype's about.
Yeah, for sure. For me, it's just really just staying ready. I practice and I train every single day, so that's kind of just like not the problem for me. I'll say it's just just being able to translate that to the baseball field, and that's kind of just like no problem when you're doing it every single day. So for like this spring, for me, I'm kind of just excited to get in the baseball field with the guys and just play for like one more year.
How about you, Ivan?
Yeah,
that's your first year there, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to play with Joshua and the kids at Dexter. I'm excited to win a championship for them.
Oh, you
win
win a
games.
champ? Yo, you calling it right now?
We're gonna win.
235radio.com. You heard it here first. Right on, man.
Yeah.
So you got a starting position over there?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, right on, man. That's great, man. That's great. So, explain to me how this whole the whole Vanderbilt thing unfolded and how that came together. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I actually had just like a really good summer, just kind of going into my junior year. I performed really well at all the PG's events that I went to, Area Code and all of that. And after September 1st, I kind of just got a lot of phone calls from probably like 20 different coaches, from the ACC, SEC, and basically all around the country. And I actually got the opportunity to get, just like Vanderbilt itself. And they actually came to my games after that in the fall and just kind of did the official visit. And, I broke it down from like 20 schools to 5 schools. And then I just really just went with them after they gave me that scholarship.
Man, it's got to be tough to sit there and look Coach Corbin and say, you know what, I decided I'm going to go to Florida State.
And you're also getting just like a full ride to to like one of the best schools in the country. So man, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, for me, they were seeing me throughout this whole past summer, area code events, PG events. So then I remember Coach Christian telling me that Tim Corbin wants me to call him. And then I was talking to him for about like 30 minutes, just talking about Vanderbilt and like a lot of like people involved in Vanderbilt. And then I decided to go to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, with me. Yep.
So you guys, man, you guys are real good friends, huh?
Yeah, I actually known Ivan since I actually came here. I was 11 years old, and I've seen him and I've played with him. I've trained with him ever since, and we're kind of just,
We're always together.
We're always together, working out, hitting, like you name it. Just like doing conditioning every single day. That's kind of like my brother, and
Yeah,
forever.
best friend brothers.
I believe that. I've seen it in action. I know for a fact, the type of individual Josh is, and he's a year older in the grade wise.
Yeah.
And certain events Josh would go to, and he'd basically ask, "I want Ivan there too," and I had to make that other phone call based on this kid going to bat for his brother.
Yeah.
And that says everything about that kid.
Yeah, I remember Josh when the first time I saw Josh, he was probably 11, 12 years old, man. I remember I asked you, I said, "Where your parents at? Where your parents?" I saw you at the base.
Yeah.
I said, "Where your parents at?" You used to play a lot of basketball too, right?
Yeah, I actually played basketball from 6th grade to sophomore year.
What happened to that?
Just kind of dropped it, to kind of just focus on lifting, because doing suicides and all of that, you kind of just lose like a lot of weight. So, yeah.
That makes a good point. When you get to that level and you're borderline a prospect, or you may be a prospect, it's hard to play them 3 sports. And that basketball runs right into baseball. I mean, basketball and hockey end, and all of a sudden you're on the field of baseball. There's no time to recuperate your body. You lose all your gains from running. I mean, basketball is nothing but a running sport.
Exactly.
Like an ongoing marathon.
Yeah, 100. Those are pretty freakish athletes.
Yeah, right.
It's a tough sport.
So now that you guys are going to Vanderbilt, I mean you're going next year. What would be your major once you get there?
I was thinking about exercise science, just to kind of learn about the body, just kind of see how it works, and just me being just like an athlete myself, it would definitely just like help me with just like my career as well.
What's up with as far as going pro? You think it's
We're going pro, of course. There's like the interest in that, but I have just one of the best schools in the country. So right now, I'm just kind of focused on that and just kind of hoping for just like a good spring. And after that, who knows?
Yes, sir.
What's up with you, Ivan? You feel the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. So now, do you? I remember I spoke to you guys before back at the dugout. I asked you. I said, do you think that going to that PG event with Team Nike when you guys are so you were a freshman? Were you an 8th grader? Were you?
I was a freshman.
Yeah. I was a sophomore, but it was kind of just like age-wise.
The age. Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I was eligible to play.
Right.
15 and under, maybe at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He was eligible.
That's right. So you guys went out there with. I mean, that was a strong group that you guys that you guys took down there.
We're stacked.
So when you guys go down there and you see the competition, was that one of your first PG events to go to?
Yeah, I think that's also that's where everything started. That's like where my exposure started, basically.
Yeah.
So I think it was really important going to that event.
Make sure you speak into that mic. Yeah, you too, Josh?
No, yeah, for sure. I would say it was kind of just like the start to just like the long journey, and we actually did just like really good, man. So PG keeps like all the stats from like every single year. So it's just good to go early to kind of see your progress, throughout like your high school career.
So you guys think that I guess PG, you think playing PG tournaments really play a big role in your guys' success today?
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
for sure.
I would say just because of the stats as well, it kind of just tracks it, from every single event. It kind of just records it and just kind of, like they're always there. And I would say, yeah.
It helps PG events helps with recruiting too. Like there's a lot of college scouts going.
Well, not only that, but what we talked about like 4 episodes ago, when you get that opportunity to get someplace, you got to take care of business.
When the lights come on.
And these guys took care of business. Right. And it's like a snap of time just went by so fast. Like, I do remember that time, and it was the same time Jupiter was going on. Jupiter's the main event for kids that are going to get drafted. That's their draft year, going into the spring. And you were just starting school. You were 15 years old, and I took you guys over to see the Jupiter event. I introduced you to a lot of the scouts, and they're looking around going. And I told those guys, a lot of them are my friends.
I remember
in scouting, I'm like, these guys, you're gonna be chasing these kids down eventually. And they're looking at me, who's that? Who is it? Who is it? And it just went by too fast, and we're already here.
That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I was just thinking of that. Like I remember. I feel like it was just yesterday that I opened the doors in Lynn, and I remember when we first met. You came in there and you said, "I got this event," and I remember Mateo was a part of that. The other kid, Alvarado, was a part of that, and I felt like it was just yesterday. And here we are. I remember you guys were on that team, and I'm like, "Shit, like these. I mean." 4 more months and you're off to school. Either go to school, go pro, and then also you stop making your noise, and the rest of it's like
Yeah, it went by real fast.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about that. Age-wise, Josh is 17, right?
Yeah, 17.
So in reality, a lot of kids now are graduating high school at 19. Some that go to their prep school, they're graduating at 20. He legitimately could be in the 2022 class.
Right.
Never mind this year's class. Age is, it's kind of crazy when you say age doesn't matter, because it's not going to matter if you go to Vanderbilt and you're 18 years old. You might have to go against a 21, 22-year-old to earn a spot. It's the same thing in pro ball. You start as a freshman all over again anyways.
Right. It's about how hungry you are, right? Mm-hmm. That saying, that my best day of my life was when I got drafted. And the worst day of my life was draft day, because every day you knew, every draft day someone else was coming in to take your job.
Yeah.
And you had to keep grinding. Joe, where do you see these kids? I mean, what do you see with your experience in pro baseball and stuff? Where do you see a kid like, let's start with Ivan, since he's closest to you. Where do you see that kid doing in 2-3 years?
I mean, the ability, if I broke it down, I mean, there's no, basically a 5'2" player. I mean, you got 2 5'2" players sitting at your table from New England, directly from Boston. That's kind of unheard of.
235radio.com. So where do you see him in let's say 5 years?
Well, whether he's playing in the minor league somewhere or getting his college degree, he's going to be on the field and he's going to have a uniform on. So it's a beautiful thing.
Right on.
He can't lose, and neither can Josh.
Okay. Man, that's vague, man. That's vague. I was hoping for something
Well, I
big.
can break it down and people don't fall asleep. You know what I mean? You know, he can run. He's got an above-average arm. He hits, and he hits for contact, and the power's coming.
Well, listen, okay.
The glove and the arm, forget about it.
That's not what I want. So I guess I'm going to be blunt with you.
Go ahead. I like it when you're blunt.
And in 5 years, can you see these kids in the bigs?
Without injury, barring injury, God willing, absolutely 100% yes.
Right on, man. 235radio.com. We couple future big leaguers in the building.
That's right.
Joe, if anybody knows, you know. I know they got a lot of history, and you've coached some big names. So I mean,
Well,
that's why I trust you, and I'm asking you that question.
The difference maker is what makes them different. How are they able to deal with failure? I've seen it for 4 years now. I know them as human beings. You have to have a little bit different in order to make it. Those guys don't make it because they're lucky. They make it because they're different. They
Right.
make the game look easy.
to work for it.
It's slow. You watch a game on TV and you go, wow, that looks slow. But it's like lightning. They can slow the game down in the field and at bat.
Yeah.
And they have the ability to continue moving forward within baseball. And then therefore, if you have a uniform on, you got a chance. No one's taking the uniform off of these two kids. I don't see it.
Right on. Josh, let's go back to you, right?
Sir.
I got a question. Have you hit 100 on the gun yet?
I actually hit 98. 98 off the mound. 98 off the mound.
Yeah. So that's got to be a decision, right? I mean, what happens there? How's that work? I mean, let's say you're lucky enough to get a call from a team, or someone offers you X amount of dollars to come on as a pitcher, or X amount of dollars to become a professional outfielder. How's that work?
I actually had teams, just ask me just like that question. And for me, it's just me, for me, I'm a center fielder and a hitter. Me pitching is just really just for fun and just really trying to help my team out on the spot. It's not really something that I would like to do at the next level, at the college level or pro level, just because like I don't practice or train as much as I do hitting and playing outfield. So playing outfield and just hitting is kind of just like my spot, and the MLB.
Yeah. I say when you can't hit no more, then you go to the mound.
Yep.
And he's got the arm strength to do it.
So how far? What's the furthest ball you hit so far?
I've probably hit balls over 490, really.
490?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
The one that when I saw him hit that one day was definitely up there.
In Wakefield, right?
Yeah, that was a bomb.
Ray was putting those balls on the rooftops
yeah,
over there in
that was
Wakefield.
pretty
Breaking
scary.
branches.
I remember on the
On the
tryout.
way up.
Yeah, Ivan, go ahead.
I remember that what he was saying to the branches. It was a tryout versus with the URI scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your eye was over there. Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It
man.
was fun.
It was fun watching him hitting bombs.
Yeah. Him and Richie Matos made some
Yep.
noise that
Yeah.
day too, man. He was
He
hitting the ball
definitely did.
hard. You know. Joe, so in that situation, you would just say, hit till you can't hit no more.
Well, you know, it's funny because athletes are getting drafted nowadays, right? They might put an attachment to his name like he's a dual player, you know. I think Josh is going to morph into whatever Josh wants to morph into. If he wants to be a center fielder hitter, that's what he's going to be. If he wants to be a pitcher, that's what he'll be. And teams are going to, when they invest in a player with that type of quality, they're not going to force him to do either or. They're going to allow him to figure it out. And that's the beauty of being loved at an early part of the draft process, you know. I think that he could probably do either or.
I tell you, what's impressive to me was the way he answered that question. So, you've had teams call you. How many teams?
30.
30.
Geez, how many teams are there?
30.
That's funny.
I was gonna guess 18.
You fired.
Yeah. So you've gotten interviewed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually just do, just kind of just like the Zoom calls. Probably just 3 times a week. I probably have like 5 or 4 more teams to go. I've been doing this probably since late November, and I'm still not done.
Wow, man. It's busy, huh?
Yeah, it's real busy.
So you didn't mention that when you said your days get scheduled out.
Yeah, so so I actually just add that in. So if I have to hit, I'll hit afterwards. So if I have a meeting at 7 and it ends at 9, then I'll go hit at 9. So I actually get home probably like 11, just like 11:15. On some days. So
You got to get that rest in.
I know.
You know, I mean, I face the same thing. Everybody says, but I'm past that, But so I don't need the rest like you do. But you guys need that rest, especially as hard as you guys are working to reach those goals. So what advice do you give a kid that might be like even your brother, like called him Ivan, like I'm sure he's gonna be having those calls, those Zoom calls, those interviews. What kind of advice would you give him?
To just really just be yourself. Don't try to act just like somebody else. Just stay within and just be honest and just really say how things are and just be loose. Because it's just it's more of a conversation. Like it's not like just like questions. Just coming at you. It's more of a conversation for them to try to get to know you as a person.
So it's not really like a job interview. It's just
Well, I wouldn't say it's a job interview, but it's an interview process. You may speak to a regular scout, then you might talk to the area guy, then you might talk to the director, then the cross-checker. I mean, when a draft comes, people have done their due diligence to find out what they're actually trying to buy. Whether you consider your son or your player or whoever you're coaching a commodity, it really comes down to that. And there's a lot of mistakes being made in regards to makeup of kids. You can't go wrong with the makeup of a kid that's doing the right thing 100% of the time. And there's two good major things that you learn from listening to this podcast is, number one, he said that I'll pitch only to help my team. I'm not a pitcher. To help my team win. That matters. The little things.
right.
The little things matter. The big things are, what is his tools? What type of kid is he? But little things that he says, you could pick up a lot of. And he basically said his, what he would say to Ivan when it comes his turn is to be yourself. And I know that neither one of these guys are going to need tutoring when it comes to being themselves, talking to people. Don't matter if they're talking to the Pope, to Tim Corbin, to the Yankees brass. It doesn't matter. They're going to be fine.
I mean, two great quality individuals, these young men. Their
Yeah,
parents
well-
did great jobs.
It starts at home.
Right.
They were really lucky and well cared for, and they surrounded themselves with good people.
Right on 235radio.com. Ivan, what inspires you, man? What inspires you to do more, do better? Why do you want to aspire to be a major leaguer one day? I'm assuming that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah. So what inspires me is like my family. They all love the game of baseball. They want me up there, and yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So exactly, what's your nationality?
I'm from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, tonight's our Super Bowl tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico.
Right on. Who you going with?
The Dominican Republic, baby.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Hold on.
For the first time. Watch.
Yo, what's up? Is it one game? This is it?
Yeah, it's one
Oh,
game.
man.
6-0. Watch.
You know it. That ain't
You'll
gonna
see.
happen.
You'll see that.
You
You'll
know
see,
that
you'll
ain't gonna
see.
happen.
Game last night was pretty good.
I know. They made it by the skin of their teeth.
Yep.
We'll see what happens
Wow.
tonight.
We never fold when the lights come on. We never fold. We take care of business.
What's
All
the
right.
deal with that? Is it with COVID? Are they gonna have people in the stands?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because I tell you, if your bucket list for a baseball guy is to go to a winter league game,
Oh man,
it is a spectacular spectacle.
really?
They really get into it, man. The
can
the
imagine.
passion is like through the roof. For a regular season game.
Don't they let instruments into the building?
Oh yeah,
Anything you want. Anything you want.
Mariachi band. They bring out the mariachi band.
whatever it takes.
Ivan, Josh, what inspires you, man?
Pretty much just what Ivan said. My family, my mom. You know, my goal is to just to buy a house for her and just to take her out, just really from our neighborhood right now that we live in, and just to tell her to stop working and to tell her that from now on that's kind of just like my job, and that's just really what inspires me.
My man, hey, great words, man. Great words, man.
Sure.
I know that every young man wants to do that for his mom, man. And I'm glad that you're almost there to a point where you can really sit there and look your mom in the eyes and say, Mom, I know there's gonna be a special moment for you to have. That's fantastic. So being 30 teams, I don't know if it's an appropriate question for either one of you, but if you had your dream team, what or let's say, what's your favorite major league team?
I would say the Red Sox, obviously. But,
My man.
Yes, sir. The Red Sox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Whoever chooses me, that's the team I'm gonna go with.
All right.
That's a team he'll like that day.
Yeah.
Up until that
That's
point, it's
gonna
the
be-
Red Sox.
That's gonna be my actually favorite team.
Okay. Josh, how about you? Same.
Same thing with the Red Sox. Yes.
Right on, man. How about you? Who's your favorite ball player?
I'll have to go for Fernando Tatis.
Yeah.
I think he's the best baseball player right now. Best shortstop.
Oh, actually, just go with Judge.
Judge,
Yeah.
huh?
I
Hey.
like Judge.
That's funny, huh? How they both kind of guys are kind of with similarities.
Yeah, a lot of similarities.
Right on, man. So give me some highlights of your career, man. What's one of the things? You know what? I want to make sure I shout out Pete from Beast Mode Baseball, man, because I tell you, man, Pete has been great to a lot of Northeast guys, and we continue to build with Pete and those guys down there, and I know he's doing some stuff for Gold Culture and them. Man, Pete, what's up? Give me some highlights, Ivan. What do you got?
Highlights. Played with Pete for about 2 years. Since 2018 with Coach Joe for the Nike team. Then after that, I played with two guys in the Boston Blue Jays. Then this year, upcoming year, I might play for it down the teams down the south. That's pretty much it.
Josh.
For me, it would be just like the PG All-American game, all the area code events I went to, they were all just like good events to go to and to face just like, like the best prep talent around the country. It's just an honor and a blessing. You know, and just to come home then and to play like the fall ball league, with all the guys from Boston, it's just fun. And all them guys are just like really passionate about the sport. And I always just for me, like I will always go with them first, then to play with the prep guys.
Joe.
Oh, I know.
It's amazing because you deal with this baseball thing. You see these kids, and very easily, this young man here, Josh Baez, can turn around and move around like he's on cloud nine. He's the man. I mean, we're talking about Gatorade Player of the Year, PG All-American. I mean, he's really a local superstar. He really is. You know what I mean? He's probably gonna go first round. God willing, right? And he's talking about playing fall ball with his neighborhood buddies.
Yeah. I mean, it's real. The kid's real. I mean, the loyalty is built into the kid. We've seen it. I mean, we went in there when COVID happened, and there's regularly scheduled games from the certain guys in Boston that like to help kids. I get it. A lot of people might not get it.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I'll tell you one thing. I remember I was in a bind, and I thought I was gonna be able to do this job by myself. Shout out to the base. They were gonna give me some flooring for my new space, and I walk into this spot and I'm like, oh, hold up, this is not gonna work. I pulled up in a U-Haul, thinking I was gonna unload this truck by myself. Now this is not last year, but the year prior, and I remember we called Johnny. And Johnny said, oh, don't worry about it. I'll be there with a couple guys. And these two guys showed up. It was you two guys. I think Richie was there too.
Yeah.
Richie was there. Was there a fourth guy? Maybe John Lucas?
Probably.
Yeah. Probably John Lucas.
These guys just got their hands dirty, helped me out. Man, we went and had some McDonald's. And it was like, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these
A lot
guys,
of work.
Yeah, but these guys didn't have to do that. It was like a school night. It might have been a Sunday or something, but these guys came out. Hey, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about Johnny Hernandez, man, and what he means to you guys. Ivan, you start, Ivan.
Yeah, I think Johnny's helped me along the way, with my journey. I think he's helped me a lot, and I think I have to be grateful with him.
On and off the field.
Yeah, on and off the field. He's a great guy.
Yeah, man, and Johnny is.
But Johnny's the man, bro.
Yeah.
I've actually known him since I was probably like 11 years old, and he's always been the same with me. He's never had just like interest with me and stuff like that. He's always been the same guy that just wants to help you out. Just to get better on and off the field. He's just a mentor, a coach, and just like kind of like a second father to me. And I will always be grateful for him. He's practiced with me until like 1 a.m, and he's just always there. Like, I'll call him to throw me BP after this, and he'll leave his house to go to the facility and throw BP. Like, he just kind of loves baseball, and he's just the guy, man. Just shout out to Johnny, man.
Yeah, sometimes he'll leave his job. Like, he gets out like every day at 5. Sometimes he'll leave in the summer around 1 just to give us practice to get ready for an event.
He will miss his lunch break to throw us BP because we have to go to an event probably like the next day.
Yeah.
So like he wouldn't eat that day, and he would literally throw us BP.
Yeah.
For like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and his boss will be calling him, and he'll be like, yeah, I'm on my way, yeah. Yeah, and it's just kind of just like the little things, as Joe said earlier, and we always just notice those things.
Yeah, we appreciate
man,
that a lot.
Johnny Hernandez, man, God bless you, brother. I love that man too. It's like, as you grow older, you'll realize men and you'll realize snakes. And it's nice that I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by some great, solid men, and Johnny Hernandez is definitely one of them, man.
Sir.
Shout out to him, his wife, John Lucas, and Ryan doing big things too, and I just wanted to know. I know that Johnny means a lot to you guys, and I know once he hears that, man, that's going to be a big deal to him.
Yeah, but I just know that Johnny doesn't give up on any kid whatsoever. He's like the angel of baseball in Boston.
Right.
You know?
And at the end of the day, I don't even think it's about the baseball for him. I think he just wants to make sure these kids are all right
They
and
get a chance.
and have a chance and make good decisions, man.
And I know that he made you work harder.
Oh yeah, for
he
sure.
definitely did.
He will get angry if you're not hitting the ball properly, and he'll stay there for extra time. I mean that's there's not words I could describe Johnny. I just know that when I call someone my friend, you know that they're my friend.
Right. Do you, Giovanni, you have any questions for these guys?
Yeah, I got a question. So, guys, I got a question for both of you. So, coming from the city of Boston, you know, there's a lot of distractions, but you guys seem to have kept a really great work regimen. How did you guys stay focused and kind of obtain that work regimen every single day, you know? That's my question.
I'll say for me, it's just really just staying focused on the overall goal. You know, for me, it's just really to make it to the league, and you know that's really the goal to get there and stay there. And you really have to work really hard every single day to really get to that point. And I always watch interviews from like MLB guys who are already there, and you know they always talk about just like the process to it. It's not an easy process, and you know like a lot of guys get cut, and you know. For me, you know, like I don't want to be just like a minor leaguer. For me, I want to be a major leaguer. So I have to work like one, and I have to do it every single day.
Yeah, so like you said, there's like a lot of distraction in Boston, so you just really gotta focus on your goals. Like there's people out there just inviting you, just like let's hang out, let's meet some girls. Now for me and Joshua is practice. Let's focus. Our goal is just to make it to the major leagues.
Thank you, guys. That's beautiful.
So, but that's got to be a lot easier knowing that you have someone to lean on, right? Because I mean, if you're going on your own and don't have a Joshua to say, "You're right, let's go hit," you're right, Ivan. You know, let's go do some fielding, let's go do some lifting. You know, let's stay focused. It's got to be tough to be on that journey by yourself.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I like the fact that Josh understands. I mean, a lot of kids around the world and around this country love to get their name called on draft day. But that's not what he wants. He wants to be a big leaguer.
Yeah.
Do you hear it? I
Right.
want to be there for a long time. You know, it takes a lot of work.
Don't they have like nicknames for that stuff? Like the guys that just want to get their names called in the big leagues. You know, the guys that just want to make the minors, and then there's the guys that want to make the majors, and then there's guys that really want to make the Hall of Fame. Like there's stages to it.
Just 100%.
I actually have people at school who just ask me, just like you know, what else do I do besides baseball? And I don't, and you know, like I don't, I don't really have a question for that because all I do is just baseball and just training for baseball. And besides that, I'm at home resting, or I'm with Ivan, just chilling, you know, just spending time together. And besides that, you know, I'm working out. Yeah, like honestly, and with my family, like you know, like that's really about it.
Yeah, Ivan, how about you, man? What do you do besides baseball?
I don't know, to be honest. That's all I do. That's all I love.
He's getting ready for country music.
You do
In Tennessee. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
in Tennessee.
man,
Yeah.
Ivan loves it.
That's right. You better get hip to that
Oh,
country
man.
music, man. So Ivan, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself playing shortstop for an MLB team, starting, and just having fun
Yeah,
in the big leagues.
living in Boston still.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I want to go to a place like where not everybody knows me around. I feel like in Boston, there's a lot of people that don't want you like to dream big, you know. So I think my favorite thing is just to go somewhere else.
Josh, how about you? In 5 years, where do you see it?
For me, it could be just like my third year at Vanderbilt, or it could be in the process of, you know, just getting into the major leagues. Or in 5 years, I could be at the major leagues. Who knows, you know? And it's about how I work and just like about how I just kind of handle myself on the baseball field when I'm playing pro ball.
Right on. How about you? Think you'll still live in Boston, or you relocating?
Nah, I actually want to move to Florida. Just kind of buy a house for my mom over there, and
Enjoy the sun a little bit in the
yeah,
beach.
for sure, yeah.
Train all day in the baseball field, baby.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. But you
Hot
won't.
weather.
What if you get calls from Boston? You'll answer them.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, hometown, man, hometown.
Right on. Joel, what are your thoughts on what these young men are saying here today?
Well, I'm not shocked. I mean, I could say I'm impressed, but I'm not shocked at how they act, and they figured it out at a young age, and I know it's because of their support systems. It's not by hook or crook. They're as intelligent and well-minded and well-rounded kids. It comes from their homes, their parents, their support systems, the Johnnies, all these people that are there to support them, and that's who they reach out to. So Ivan also said it. Sometimes you're in a big environment and people don't want to see you succeed because of jealousy.
That's true.
But they've stuck to their own method that's worked for them. I do know that he'll be fine without him and he'll be fine without him. But in reality right now, it works. And why change something that works?
Right, because you're gonna have to be 1 year without him when he's off doing his thing, and you'll be still in Dexter.
Yeah.
Back
You
to
know?
back.
Yes, sir.
Back to back champs, right?
Yep.
Call it now.
Call it.
Championship for 2020.
Maybe you can get John Lucas to come in.
Oh,
yeah, hopefully.
John Lucas is good with grades. I'm gonna have to ask him that.
Yeah. That's a question for you to ask. Nah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's
good.
telling me he's been doing good in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to surround them. The people that they're around are going to look and say, if I want to have the publicity and the good things happen to me that have happened to these two guys, I better do what Josh said from the very beginning. Do my schoolwork.
Consistently.
Consistently. Go to the gym consistently.
Consistently.
Hit consistently. All those things are consistent from his plan.
So, go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna say that like if you don't have grades above 3.0 or 3.5, I think that's the first thing that a scout's gonna ask you, a college scout. How's your grades? And I think that's really important because that's what's gonna get you to your recruitment.
Now, I remember, and we're gonna be wrapping up soon, but I remember I spoke to you and I asked Josh. I asked you, what do you think was the difference maker when you came back, and what started separating you from the rest of these guys? And you mentioned my dedication at the gym.
Yeah, it was just me being consistent. We're knowing what would get me to the next level, and I knew that me just like developing my body to just looking it, to making it look, next level. And for me right now, I'm 17 and I'm 232.
Great choice of words, by the way. Go ahead.
232, and like a lot of guys in the major leagues, like they're already 232. So and I kind of already got just like the physical stuff down. So right now it's just kind of just developing just kind of like the mental part of the game and just continue to get better at it.
My man. Hey, it's almost like the kids looking it up on Google, the answers,
I told
man.
you.
You got Google going on over there. What's going on here?
No tutoring. It's a wrap.
17 years old, huh?
Yeah, he's different.
Yeah, congratulations, young man. That's
Thank
great,
you.
man. How about you, Ivan? The gym?
Yeah, I think the gym for me, because I started about with 130-pound weight. Now I'm at 175. So I think that's a huge thing for me. Hard work, dedication at the gym.
So that's the advice you give to young players coming up?
Talk about the advice, but also talk about the nutrition, the rest.
Yeah, I'll say, the gym is probably like 15-20% of, how your body develops. Your body really develops with what you put into it. If you put in fast food into it, you're really not gonna go anywhere. You don't get abs from training abs. Like you get abs from eating right and training abs. You could be the man in the gym, but if you're not really eating, if you're eating once a day, like I eat 6 meals a day every single day, and I'm not including just like the protein. I actually have a great mom that actually cooks for me and my grandma. So I'm blessed for that. But you know,
Shout out to Arias.
if you actually don't have a person who cooks for you, you know, just do it yourself, and you know, just find that way to get better, you know, in any way, you know, because those little things is what's gonna get you to the next level, and you know, you want to play at the next level, so just kind of do what it takes.
So yeah, so like Joshua said, I think fast food is something I would take away from my life, because I think eating healthy is really important for your body. Drinking enough water and drinking enough protein like I do 3 times a day for your body in order to gain a lot of muscle and a lot of weight.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'm Spanish, so you know, rice, beans, you know, carne, sancocho, just really everything, you know.
Plátano,
How about chicharrón?
Plátano
No, stay away from
maduro.
chicharrón.
De todo, yo como de todo.
el
Everything.
sancocho.
Sancocho.
You too, Javi?
Yeah,
Right
white
on,
rice,
man.
beans.
Hey, I actually want to give a give thank you to Christian Ortiz. He's kind of like the guy that also has been training me with Johnny. And he's kind of, I met him when I was 13 years old, and ever since he's kind of been my trainer, my mentor, on and off the field. He's helped me out with my grades. He's just like my hitting coach. You know, just like my strength coach, and just really pretty much everything. And I actually just want to thank him for everything he's done. You know, I actually wouldn't be the same without him.
Right on, man. How
Yeah.
about you, Ivan?
For me, I want to give a shout out to Olin Brea. I think he's really special to me. I think without him, Johnny and Christian, I wouldn't be here where I am today.
That's great, man. See, this is the stuff that, man, these young men do, right? I mean, guys, I wish you nothing but the very best, man. I've said that many times. You know that I'm a fan, and I care about both of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. And you guys have accomplished a lot of big things, man, and it's all well deserved. Before we wrap up, you know, I like to do this thing called Dreams and Nightmares. You know, this is my second time doing it. Do you have any nightmarish situations that happen to you on the ball field? It could be a play or anything like that comes to mind.
I
A
remember.
situation where you came out flat or something.
I remember like 2 years ago, I used to be afraid of the ball coming at me, and like where the game would be tied, like the last inning, I used to say like, please don't hit the ball to me, please don't hit the ball to me, and yeah.
Can you imagine?
But now it's like I want the ball, to hit to me so I can make a great play. That's what you want.
How about you, Josh?
For me, it's not really a nightmare, but just something, that just personally, I just, just personally, bases loaded, let's say, kind of like the game's online, and just like the whole team and everybody just kind of rooting for me to get a hit, and let's say I get out or I strike out, I'm going to feel, that I kind of let just like my team down. And for me to put in a lot of work, that's kind of just like frustrating, but, you kind of just have to just like walk away from it and just kind of just learn how to deal with failure, because it happens 7 out of 10 times,
Yeah.
or even more. So yeah.
Right on, man. So I think that's it. You guys got anything? Guys, I want to thank you for coming out. Baseball's Dead, episode 10. Joshua Baez, Ivan Arias. Thank you. Have a good night.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank
so
you for
much.
having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, guys.
Damn. See that?